Live on your radio. Stream via the Nova player or play Nova on your smart speaker.
This is Nova.
Morning Brisbane, Kendall Gilding with your Nova News update. A double tragedy south of Brisbane overnight. A mother and son have been killed in a house fire in Woodridge. Paramedics tried to save a woman in her 80s and a man in his 60s, but they died at the scene. It's unclear what caused the blaze. A sailor has died after a yacht capsized near Gladstone. Police discovering the man's body in waters near Lady Elliot Island yesterday afternoon. He'd been travelling on the vessel hours earlier when the emergency beacon was activated. 2 other men who were also on board were rescued and remain in a stable condition in hospital. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese will meet China's Premier Li Qiang in Canberra today. Mr Albanese set to declare the relationship between Australia and China is rebuilding, but the federal government will not stay silent on disputes with Beijing. Premier Li was greeted by hundreds of supporters and protesters when he arrived in Canberra yesterday. Cabinet Minister Bill Shorten says a global summit focusing on peace to Ukraine has shown that Europe and the West remain united behind Kyiv's fight against Russia. 80 countries have jointly called for the territorial integrity of Ukraine to form part of any future peace agreement with Moscow. Mr Shorten represented Australia at the 2-day summit, which wrapped up in Switzerland. And the royal children have posted a touching Father's Day tribute to Prince William. Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis sharing an image to social media with the caption, "We love you, Papa." That's what's making news. Mitch has your sport.
5 changes to the Blues origin side as the team was named for Game 2 last night. Latrell Mitchell got his origin recall with Dylan Edwards back as first-choice fullback. Mitchell Moses takes the reins from Nico Hines as number 7 and Cameron Murray at lock with Cameron McGuinness named on the extended bench. Connor Watson coming into the squad at 14. The Queensland side will be named at 9 a.m. this morning. In the NRL, the Panthers last night held off a Knights comeback to wrap up the round with a 26-18 win. The Queensland Firebirds went down in their first match since parting ways with their head coach last week. Away to the Melbourne Mavericks, the Birds were defeated 73-61. And American golfer Bryson DeChambeau is 1 over for round 4 of the US Open, but still holds a 1-shot lead midway through the final day. He sits 6 under through 8. Rory McIlroy is in second, 5 under through a 9. One state we all hate is the state of being overweight. Visit themanshake.com.au and use code word ORIGIN to get $20 off. T's and C's apply. A top of 20 degrees today. Right now it's 10 and you're up to date on Nova.